Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Follow My Franchise. We are on Game 3. For some reason, Game 2 had some issues and I wasn't able to get all the video footage from that, so we will be picking up with Game 3. Alright, as you can see, Minnesota, we wrapped that one up with a 93 win. And we are off to Houston, so let's play Houston. Alright, here we go. Game number 3 against Houston. I do apologize, guys, if you hear me cough. I'm still fighting this freaking cold that I had.
And the Houston Astros. Two of the game's best overall talents, Altuve and Machado. Next. We are set for baseball here this evening. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This is skied into short left center. Springer coming on.
Jeez, made that a little more difficult than had to be, I think.
In now for the O's, Manny Machado, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Here comes the first pitch. Line toward right center. And that finds some outfield grass.
Oh yeah, get down, get down.
Here's Chris Davis now. Man at first for him following the one-out single. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Now
ooh, what was that?
Swing here as he wanted to pull it back, but he does so too late. It's strike one.
It's horrible what that
From
was.
the belt, the pitch. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Working for the punch out and the offering.
Horrible.
On in the dirt. Ready now for Baltimore. Ready now for Baltimore. Jose Bautista. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hard hit ball to short. And Bautista has a base hit.
His first time watching. No, Batista or Jason Worth is not on the Baltimore Orioles, but they were free agents in this game and they do not have a home yet, so I picked them up to add depth to my roster.
First delivery to him on the way. Now a swing and a fly ball. Reddick is
for
after it,
the 2018 season, but they are not on the real live teams, if anybody was wondering. Oh man, guys, get me.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of.
Oh, sucker, high fastball. At least I got a piece of that. Usually I strike out on that.
On at first with 2 down.
Damn it.
But he holds up far too late.
Got me.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. First offering on its way. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Looks at a changeup on the inside corner for a strike.
Hey, that's obviously the game plan against this guy. Bury it in on his hands. He finds himself down 0-2.
Hot shot to the corner over to Beckham.
We're going breaking stuff down the way.
He makes it look easy, which that usually doesn't happen, at least not when he was on the Rays.
Here's the first offering. The bouncer to the left side. Beckham. Right
Little fact about Beckham over there, if you don't know, he was on the Rays. He was drafted by the Rays. He was drafted over Buster Posey because Tampa is complete idiot and decided to draft Tim Beckham ahead of Buster Posey, and we all know what a mistake that is. Beckham turned out to not be anything really spectacular in Tampa. Played 1 or 2 seasons in the pros for them, and then was shipped off to Baltimore.
He's set and the pitch. A fastball that just misses inside. 1-0 count. Here it is. That's a tough take.
Now, I am from Florida, so I
There goes Altuve.
I am a
Misses low. The throw down
Rays fan.
is not close as he's in there
I'm
with a
close to
stolen
the
base.
Tampa Bay area. But when I was a kid, I was a huge, absolute huge Cal Ripken Jr. fan. So the Orioles were my team. Every morning on SportsCenter, I'd be watching to see how they did, because I couldn't pick up the games unless they were playing, you know, the big teams, Yankees in Boston, and they would televise them on my local channels. But I didn't have the opportunity to watch all of the Baltimore games. Now, what is nice is they spring train down here in Florida, and as strangely as that is, I have never been to a Baltimore spring training game. Always wanted to go. Just never got down there to take a look at them. Now, I've been to multiple Rays games against the Orioles. So I have followed my Orioles through the Rays, but you know, I am a Rays fan as well. It's my second team. And lately, they have just done nothing but piss me off. So I'm back to the majority of my interest in the Orioles organization. They seem to have a real good team. They've actually had a pretty decent team for the last few years. They just battle injuries and can't get their shit together. And you know, pitching has just been disaster. On paper, they look really good, but just can't produce on the field. So, you know, they got knocked out of the playoffs the other year by Batista with the home run and the walk-off home run to knock them out of the playoffs in 2016. What a bummer. And the strange thing about that story is I was in the hospital room with my wife and my newborn child during that game. So my son is a postseason baby. I thought maybe he would bring my Orioles luck by coming into this world on that day, and unfortunately it didn't happen, but that's all right.
First pitch of the at-bat. Line to the right side. But he'll barely have to move out there and right as he hauls this one in for the second
yeah,
out.
I mean, I couldn't stand the Yankees growing up. I mean, obviously with Baltimore being in their division and always having issues with the Yankees organization and beating them in the playoffs and stuff, I hate the Yankees. And you know, back then we had an awesome team. I mean, the Orioles in the late 90s was phenomenal. My favorite team: Ripken, Alomar, Romero, or Rafael Palmeiro. I mean, B.J. Surhoff, Brady Anderson, all them guys, just freaking phenomenal team. And then the Yankees, you know, had a hard time with beating Mussina. And so what did they do? Like they always do. Go out and buy their competition so they don't have to deal with them. That really made me mad.
Count now, a ball and a
strike. And of course, Mussina went off to be a damn good pitcher for that organization, which pissed me off even more. So I never liked the Yankees, although I can say I was am a Derek Jeter fan. I mean, Derek Jeter's awesome. I was a Derek Jeter fan growing up.
The 2-2 one more time.
I just didn't like the team he played for. But I collected all his cards, I have all his rookies.
Here's George Springer. He was not much of a factor at the plate during yesterday's
I was
win as he took an
A-Rod fan beginning when he was with Seattle. The duo over there with A-Rod and Griffey. My God, that was a team. But then he went to Texas, and we all know what happened after that. Oh, we got a challenge. First challenge of the season. Let's see. Do we challenge this? Should we do it, guys? You think you're safe? Or was he out?
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about him being safe either, but here's another shot of it right here.
Oh, I think he's safe. I'm not going to challenge that. I think he beat it out.
What they want to do with this one.
So we'll keep it there.
The 0-2 pitch. High pop up.
I think everybody that is a huge baseball fan, baseball enthusiast, will say that the best time in baseball was the time that they were a kid. I don't think I've met anybody that hasn't said that. You know, it's always, no, best times of baseball were back in the 70s with blah blah blah, or back in the early 80s with Mike Schmidt and da da da. You know, and they grew up in that time period. But I don't know. I miss how baseball used to be in the late 90s, mid 90s, late 90s. It's just, you know, of course that was the beginning of the steroid era with Bonds and Sosa, McGuire, but I don't know. I guess you just remember differently when you're a kid, and you remember things. Everything's bigger and greater. Back then, when you were little, you know, your bedroom was massive. Everything was just so much greater, and you realize when you go back and look at those things now as an adult, you're like, what? Why did I think that my bedroom was... There you go, Davis finally getting his first home run of the season. Moved him up in the order. Excuse me. And he finally got it done. But yeah, you know, back to we think things are greater as a kid. I just remember my childhood house growing up. I drive by it every once in a while, and you know, look at my dad still had the specs of the home, and I'm looking at the specs, and I'm like, man, it really was not a big house at all. But you know, when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, running around with my brother, shooting Nerf guns and hide and seek, and I thought that house was a mansion. You know, it was 3-bedroom. Actually 4-bedroom. We turned the back porch and closed it in and turned it into a bedroom. So it was 4-bedroom, 2-bath, you know. Nice, quiet neighborhood. Your typical childhood home, so to speak. I guess I had it pretty good. My dad didn't make, or my parents, should I say, didn't make a lot of money. You know, typical blue-collar family.
As we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
He drove for Allied Systems for years, hauling new cars to dealerships and delivering them. It was a pretty decent paying job until he injured himself and had to leave. So yeah, I mean, we weren't rich by no means, but we had a pretty decent life, childhood life. Can't complain. I got my brother and my sister. We played ball growing up. I started playing baseball at age 9.
Missed with a breaking ball.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't.
West Pasco Little League.
Very well could see it again here, though.
Dad coached. He played ball when he was a kid too. Strange thing, once he never told me this, or never told us this until we were into our 20s, that my dad was actually in the Guinness Book of World Records for a while. Him and his friend decided to throw a baseball in the backyard non-stop for 36 hours straight. No breaks, nothing, no sleeping, no food, no going to the bathroom, nothing. 36 hours he threw a baseball with his friend in the backyard when he was a teen. And he showed me the article. He lived in Pennsylvania, grew up in Pennsylvania. And he showed me the article out of the Pennsylvania newspaper, and I was like, that's just crazy. I mean, obviously now I'm sure that record has been smashed. But that's just kind of crazy to see. Well, first off, to see what my dad looked like when he was a teenager, and then to see that he was involved in a world record. It's kind of cool. So, I mean, my family is very baseball and softball oriented. Our daughter plays softball. My sister played softball through college. My brother played baseball through college. I played baseball through high school and decided not to play my senior year. But yeah, a little bit of me about me, and kind of got off track with why I'm a Baltimore fan, but it all stems down to Iron Man, and always wanted to be a shortstop for the Baltimore Orioles. That was my dream. It did come true. I was able to create myself in a game and put me in as the starting shortstop. So, I mean, how great is that? I mean, come on. I was able to start for the major leagues in the video game. Oh well.
What do you know? They do get the double play.
It's better than nothing, right?
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Colby Rasmus looking to follow up the RBI single from his first at-bat. 0-1 the count.
And you always look back and you say, man, wish I would have done this differently, better, harder. Maybe I would have been able to play for, a team and been a starting shortstop. High school I ended up being an outfielder because of my speed. But
Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract.
Yeah.
He's playing to expectations.
I missed the game. I miss playing.
I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that again.
Now at the plate, Tim Beckham.
Now I coach softball for my daughter. She plays for her school team. She's in middle school.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
And then where we live now, she's lucky that the middle school actually has softball teams, so she's able to play. When I was growing up, my middle school didn't even have baseball, let alone softball. So I think that's pretty cool that Hernando County actually has softball for their middle schools.
Look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings.
She just had her last game
runs, and this would be the right place
Monday,
at the right time to
so
get
her
something
season
going.
is
The last
done.
thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Right there, and it's quickly 0-2 now. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the way pitch
Another
pretty
pretty
well, and he just
interesting
saw 3 in a
story
row
I
out
have
there.
for the
So
Orioles.
does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expected to mix it
I
up. Most catchers
obviously,
go for the same
being a
location
huge
over
Orioles and
over.
Ripken fan, the last year
Trying
Ripken
to send
played,
them packing for the second time.
in his last trip to
Strike 3, and there's the
Tropicana
first
Field, I
out
had
of
to
the
be
inning.
there for that. And I was.
Now the Cuban import, Yuli
Drove
Gurriel,
down St. Pete
popped out in his first
to the
trip.
Trop. And I made sure I got there early. I had to be there as soon as the gate opened so
And
I
that
could
one stayed too
get in
low,
there and watch
apparently.
batting practice and watch Ripken take the field in St. Pete for the last time practicing, and maybe even possibly get to talk to him and
Way up that time for ball
shake his
2.
hand or get an autograph. So me and my girlfriend at the time went, and I gave her my hat with a pen, and I had a baseball with a pen, and I was standing on the visitor's side, just on the other side of the dugout, first row up. I was just standing there. I was the only one there, and Ripken was going down the outfield wall signing. I mean, he spent a majority of batting practice. I don't even know if he even took any swings because he was out there for so long signing autographs for trying to get every single fan. And he had to go. They called him in. Bad players had to go into the dugout for the Orioles. So on his way in, I'm standing there and I'm just looking at him, and I'm like, Cal! He shout down to him, hey Cal! He looks up at me. I said, man, do you think you could sign this ball for me? He said, yeah, sure. So I'm like, no way. I'm thinking to myself, this is ridiculous. Are you kidding me? I'm finally going to get Cal Ripken's autograph myself. No, I'm not going to go out and buy it. I'm going to get it myself.
This is where,
And so I get ready to toss the ball down, and lo and behold, here comes one of the, I don't know what you call them, security people for the Rays organization, Devil Rays at the time. She comes flying out. No! No signing over the dugout. Excuse me. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Cal looks up at me and he's like, you know, he's still got his hand up like he wants me to throw him the ball. I'm like, she's like, no signing over the dugout. And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, really? I'm the only one here. There's no one else here. I was like, I'm just going to toss the ball. No, there's no signing over the dugout. So, you know, Cal, he's looking up at me. He's like, man, I'm sorry. He's like, I'll get you after the game. Come on. Like, he's going to remember me. I'm thinking to myself, yeah, okay, right. Well, you know, after the game ended, the Orioles won. And after the game ended, I went on to that same side over there quick, got down there. Just in case, maybe, you know, maybe he'll hold up to his word. Well, he never came back out at all. The team never came out to say goodbye to the fans or sign more autographs or anything. The team just went inside, and that was the last I saw of Cal. And it was a pretty cool memory. At the same time, a bummer. I was so mad. I mean, I was just so pissed. So I had actually, a few months later, I went to a memorabilia show, and I ended up buying his autograph on the ball.
And that last at bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking.
So mad. Oh, did he jack another one? Man, that a boy. That one's gone. Oh yeah, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of Orioles stories. I talked to Brady Anderson out in the outfield one game before the game, which is pretty cool. And that's only because my best friend at the time, his sister was, let's just say she was very pretty. She's young, in her early 20s, and she was, every guy basically wanted a piece of that. So, you know, I had that advantage. Because we were sitting with her, and Brady Anderson was doing nothing but flirting with her, and she was flirting back, and so I was able to get his autograph. And Hermano Benitez was out there throwing with him, and he came over, and so he signed my hat as well. She was a cheerleader for the Buccaneers at that time, so needless to say, you know, I was a huge Bucs fan. Me and my friend were. Oh man, he beat that out. Are you serious? We got another challenge. Let's see. Is this one going to be any different than the last one? Let's see.
Yeah, Matt, definitely a close play right there. And we're going to take another
look
he's
at
safe. It right
I'm not even going to go for that.
So
Yeah, he's safe.
For sure from that angle.
God,
so we'll see what the decision is from the dugout, whether they want to challenge or not.
So anyway, yeah, so she dated a lot of the Buccaneers and went out with a lot of the players in the late 90s. I mean, the team that was ended up going to the Super Bowl and winning it. She was with a lot of those players. I got to meet Work Dunn. I got to meet Mike Allstott. I got to meet Riddell Anthony. There's just so many memories back then that we get to, as kids, we got to do. It was pretty cool. She dated Sean King. She dated George Diaz. I mean, it was crazy, the players she dated. Got to meet DMX, the hip-hop artist, because she went to a concert, and of course was able to go backstage and all that.
Will try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Double play, baby. Yeah, you ain't beating that one out. Jeez. We're going to shut The Astros out? Are we going to shut the champions out? It is 6th inning. It's only 6th inning. Calm down. Calm down.
5 years in the National League. He likes to take them deep in the count.
No balls and 1 strike. The windup and the 0-1. Ground ball left center.
Thought that was getting in the hole.
Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th. Digging in and looking for more, Jonathan Scope. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. Hit back up.
Get up the middle, baby.
And that'll get on. Will Harris will come on out of the bullpen as he'll be appearing in his 3rd game this season.
And, fast forward here to inning number 8. I'll skip through some of this for you guys.
Here's Jonathan
All right, so we are in the 8th.
Start us off in the 8th.
Here we are. They got a freaking run on me. The bottom of the 7th. Cavis, sorry. Hit a single up the middle and scored.
Tried to hold up there, but the appeal goes down to Rusty
Springer
Valentine
from
at first,
second.
and
So
Rusty ain't
I did
convinced,
tack
so
on a
that's
couple
strike
more
1.
than myself, but so here we are. So much for a shutout. It's all right.
This one's down
We're
to
still
3rd.
up.
Bregman gloves it. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Trying to pick things up where we left off, Caleb Joseph. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. He's set. Here it comes. And he chased
High
up
heat,
and out of
and
the
I
zone,
fell
a
for
swing
it.
and a miss. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts
drops
are.
that
But boy,
junk
weather
ball.
starts to warm up and the ball
And I am a
starts jumping out
sucker,
like this.
and I will swing
It's
at it
clear
every
that the
damn
pitchers
time.
need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really
Except
stayed
that time.
staunch
That was a shock.
on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
The 1-2. Oh, and he took a big
Did
swing.
he just
at that
hit a
one as
home
this
run?
is driven out to deep left center field.
No,
But
it's off
that'll
the wall.
ricochet off the facade out there in left center. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double. Digging in, Colby Rasmus. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. First pitch on its way. Runner breaks
Holy
for third.
crap, he cranked that
Field
one.
and deep. Look at this thing go.
Jeez.
Gone into the upper deck. Digging in to try it again. Tim Beckham. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point.
The last at-bat, Matty V, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
First pitch cutter that's by him for strike 1. And there's ball 1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap.
Man, Beckham's on fire today, too.
Around first is Beckham on his way to second.
Am I going to be able to
Around
get 3? I'm
second
going
now and
for it.
headed for third. The relay
Going
throw,
for it.
but he
Got
is
it. My
in
first
there
triple.
with a triple. Now back to
3-bagger.
the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Adam Jones. They've got 2 already home in the inning and a potential 3rd waiting in the wings only 90 feet away. First pitch of the at-bat. Runs up to bunt here, but he
How many
missed it
outs?
for
I don't even know how
strike
many outs I
1.
have. Only 1.
From the stretch. To short, hit hard.
Well, he's going to bring a run in with that.
Throw to first is in time, but
Make it
meanwhile the
10.
runner is in to score. Joe Smith enters now in a mop-up.
All right, got my new pitcher in.
Reddick waiting, and now the pitch.
The other guy was getting tired.
Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
3 fastballs in a row, and I got him.
Bring up
Wow.
the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
A bad
Ball
pitch.
1 to
Surprised
start
he laid
the
off that.
at-bat. Missed with a slider. Lets it fly 2-0, but this one's by him for the first strike.
Boy, what a time to pull the string on him. On 2-0, there's no way anyone's thinking changeup. So if you can locate it, that's pretty much unhittable.
This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Now
We got one out.
Jose Altuve.
2 down.
Able to bounce back after striking out his last time up. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the
Movement
hands.
on that ball.
2 out, nobody
All
on.
right, I'm gonna put him in the same spot, but he's gonna be off speed. See if he can get it.
And
No,
off-speed pitch, swung on and missed.
nailed
With
him.
that, here's Carlos Correa
right.
now. It was a fly out for him in his
Put,
last trip.
Howell in.
And a new pitcher set to come on now as they turn things over to the finesse left-hander J.P. Howell. This is on the ground over to first.
Beat it out, beat
Scooped
it,
up on
beat
the
it, beat him,
backhand.
man.
And
Ooh,
he'll
that was
step
close.
on first for the out, 3 unassisted. Striding in for Houston, Yuli Gurriel. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Dribbled to the right side. On to first, and now the Astros are up against it, down to their final out now. Here's George Springer.
Ringer.
He's ready. Here's the first offering.
Uh-oh.
Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball 1. Hit on the ground to third. Beckham loves it.
There it is.
First, and the Orioles have claimed
Who's the player of the game?
consecutive
Yeah, I was gonna
victory
say
here
it's
as
got to
this
be
ball game is over. Every game has
Crush,
its
baby.
offensive stars, and in this one, he arguably shined the brightest. He's our top player of the game.
Well, he blasted a couple of balls over the wall in this one. Really put the guys on his back and carried him.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes Game 3. We're still undefeated. Don't know how long that's going to last. But thanks for watching. Subscribe to get more of the videos. Wander over to my other gaming channel, the Nando Gamers, and check some of the videos out over there. And hit the like button, and we'll catch you on the next game, guys. Thanks. See you later.